The Marathas. The Maratha Empire was a power that dominated a large portion of the Indian subcontinent in the 18th century. The empire formally existed from 1674 with the coronation of Shivaji as the Chhatrapati and ended in 1818 with the defeat of Peshwa Bajirao II at the hands of the British East India Company. The Marathas were a Marathi speaking warrior group from the western Deccan plateau who rose to prominence by establishing a Haindavi Swaraj, which means self ruling of Hindu. The rise of the Maratha kingdom in Deccan during the 17th century was an important development. It spread over the present North India during the 17th century. Maharashtra was under the control of Nizam Shahi of Ahmednagar and Adil Shahi of Vijayapura. These sultans employed local Marathas in their armies. Among them, Shaji Bhonsle was an administrator under Vijayapura Sultan and had been gifted lands. Deshpandes and Deshmukhs were the powerful local leaders during this time. There are many factors helped for the emergence of Maratha kingdom. Some of them are the geographical conditions. The location of Maharashtra and its physical features helped in the rise of Maratha power. Influence of language and literature. The Marathi religious reformers like Ekanath, Tukaram and Ramdas played a major role in the unification of people of Maratha. Guerrilla warfare. The Marathas developed guerrilla warfare which was very useful in mountain regions to attack their enemies. Unstable political conditions of the south. The Muslim kingdoms in the south were in the process of disintegration. The political situation was quite favorable for the rise of the Marathas. Charismatic personality of Shivaji. The decline of Mughal kingdom started during the reign of Aurangzeb. The efficient administration built by early Mughal rulers was becoming weak. The regions away from the capital city were experiencing weak administration and the officials were not implementing the orders of the emperor. As there was misrule existed in the kingdom, farmers, traders and craftsmen were overexploited by huge taxes. The social life was burdened with the misbehavior of officials. It was unable to conduct any social or religious rituals in public. The people were expected to pay heavy taxes for conducting all kinds of religious rituals and practices. In these circumstances, Shivaji was able to establish a Maratha kingdom by motivating the religious and cultural fervor among the Marathas. Shivaji was the greatest king among the Marathas. He was successful in providing efficient administration along with the expansion of his kingdom. Shivaji was influenced by the preachings of famous saints of Maharashtra. He had twin aims. They were protection of Hindu religion and establish Maratha kingdom. Shivaji was born in the hill fort of Shivaneri, present Pune district of Maharashtra, in 1627. His father was Shaji Bhonsle and mother was Jijabai, was a pious woman who inculcated religious favor, uprightness, honesty, and sincerity in her son. At the time of Shivaji's birth, power in Deccan was shared by three Islamic sultanates. They were Bijapur, Ahmednagar, and Golconda. Shaji Bhonsle often changed his loyalty between the Nizam Shahi of Ahmednagar, the Adil Shahi of Bijapur, and the Mughals. Dadaji Kondadeva was Shivaji's guru and he trained him in armed warfare and the scriptures. Shivaji achieved proficiency in bodybuilding, fencing, horse riding, and other field events. In his childhood itself, Shivaji had a dream of establishing an independent kingdom. Therefore, he made Pune as his center and started the process of expansion of his kingdom. In order to achieve this, Shivaji assembled an army of the local Mawali youths and trained them in guerrilla warfare. He conquered forts like Torna, Purandargad, Simhagad, and Javali from Vijayapura Sultan. He renamed Hosadurga near Torna fort as Raigad. Shivaji built a new fort called Pratapgarh. The relationship between the Mughals and Shivaji. Shivaji fought against the Mughal rulers for many years. After defeating the Shahi kingdom of South India, Aurangzeb determined to vanquish the Maratha kingdom completely. To meet his aim, Aurangzeb appointed Shaista Khan and Jai Singh. Jai Singh defeated Shivaji and made an agreement in Purandargad. As per the agreement made with Jai Singh, Shivaji surrendered 23 of his fort and the land, yielding 60 lakhs income annually. Shivaji promised to be loyal to the Mughals and sent 5,000 cavalry under the leadership of his son Sambhaji to Delhi, with an intention to stop Shivaji becoming intimate with Adil Shah of Bijapur and Kutab Shahi of Golconda. Jai Singh called Shivaji to Agra. Aurangzeb did not show proper respect to Shivaji in his court and insulted Shivaji. When Shivaji protested against the insult, Shivaji and his son Sambhaji were kept in prison in Agra. But after a few days, Shivaji, along with his son, escaped from the prison by hiding in a fruit basket and reached Raigad. Later, Shivaji strengthened his army and conquered many of the forts that he had lost. Shivaji collected two types of taxes, namely Chauth and Sardeshmukhi. Under the Chauth, Shivaji collected 1/4 of the land tax in the regions of Shahi and Mughal areas. Sardeshmukhi was a tax Shivaji collected in his own kingdom. Shivaji's coronation took place in the year 1674 at Raigad. There he was given the title Chhatrapati and facilitated administration. Shivaji had organized an efficient administrative system in his kingdom. Shivaji divided his kingdom into many provinces. They were called Swaraj and Mughal areas. Marathi was their language of administration. There were ministers known as Ashtapradhan in the government to assist the king. There were administrative units like province, district and village. Revenue system. Shivaji used a right-wise system for collection of revenue. It was favorable for farmers. He abolished the Jagir system existed at that time. Tax was collected in the form of money or material. Chaut and Sardeshmukhi were the two types of tax collected by Shivaji. Judiciary system. In Shivaji's administration, traditional system of justice was in practice. There was village panchayat to dispense justice in the villages. The Brahmin judges used to give decisions based on the smritis. Army. The Maratha army had infantry, cavalry, elephant units and cannon units. Shivaji constructed more than 300 forts for their protection. The important forts are Raigad, Rajgad, Tornagad, Pratapgad and Simhagad. The Havaldar was the supervisor of the fort. The army was divided into small units. Soldiers were specially trained in guerrilla warfare. The successors of Shivaji. After the death of Shivaji, the war of succession began in Maratha kingdom between Saibai, the mother of Sambhaji, and Soyabai, the mother of Rajaram. Sambhaji, by his strength, conquered Maratha kingdom and began his reign. Due to his lack of vision and wisdom, he became the victim of Aurangzeb's army. His wife and young son, Sahu, was captured by Aurangzeb. Thus, Sambhaji's stepbrother, Rajaram, became the royal representative of Sahu and took over the administration. After the death of Rajaram in 1700, his wife Tarabai made her 10 years old son Shivaji II the king of Maratha Empire, and she started her rule behalf of her son Shivaji II. Tarabai served as a royal representative from 1700 to 1708. Later, after the death of Aurangzeb, Bahadur Shah I released Sambhaji's son Sahu from the prison and permitted him to collect Chaut and Sardeshmukhi taxes from the Mughal lands in South India. This led to internal crisis between Tarabai and Sahu. Tarabai gave up the struggle and Sahu came to power, but he was not competent enough. He handed over the administration to his Peshwa. In this manner, the Peshwa rule began in Maratha kingdom. Now, let us see the important Peshwas who ruled Maratha Empire. Balaji Vishwanath. Sahu appointed Balaji Vishwanath as the Peshwa or Prime Minister for his efficient and loyal services. Balaji Vishwanath played a decisive role in successfully getting Sahu and his mother free from the captivity of Mughals. He gained the friendship of Sayyid brothers of the Mughal dynasty and earned the responsibility of collecting land tax from those areas which were under the rule of Shivaji. He was able to bring together the members of Maratha Union, namely Bhonsle, Gaikwad, Holkar and Scindia. Thus, he established the fame of the Marathas again. Bajirao first. After the death of Balaji Vishwanath, his eldest son Bajirao I got appointed as Peshwa. Although he was only 19 years old, he was an unparalleled warrior. With the intention of expanding the Maratha kingdom in North India, he conquered Gujarat, Malwa and gained the authority of collecting Chauth and Sardeshmukhi taxes. He invaded Chitradurga and Srirangapatna of Karnataka. He defeated Nizam ul Mulk in a battle near Bhopal. As a result of this battle, the vast stretch of land between the Narmada and Chambal rivers and 50 lakh rupees came to Bajirao as war compensation. He conquered Salsette and Basin from the Portuguese. He made Pune as his administrative center. During this time, the members of Maratha Confederacy, namely Scindia of Gwalior, Holkar of Indore, Bhonsle of Nagpur, and Gaikwad of Baroda, decided together to become independent. Bajirao I not only ruled with efficiency but also re-established the glory of the Maratha Empire. Hence, he was called Second Shivaji. Balaji Bajirao. He came to power at the age of 20. He appointed his close relative Sadashiva Babu to guide him in the administration. To establish the Maratha rule over Bundelkhand, he travelled with the armies of Holkar and Scindia in the year 1742. During this period, the Afghan ruler Ahmad Shah Abdali invaded India. Bajirao's army met Ahmad Shah Abdali's army at Panipat. In this third battle of Panipat, Ahmad Shah Abdali defeated Bajirao and Bajirao died. Madhavrao I. He was the second son of Balaji Bajirao and became the Peshwa after the death of his father. After the defeat in the third battle of Panipat, Madhavrao I recovered in an astonishing manner and established his kingdom in south and north India. Madhavrao defeated Nizam in the battle near Ahmednagar. Madhavrao defeated Hyder Ali of Mysore. In the second battle against Mysore, Madhavrao defeated Srirangapatna and acquiring all the area earlier occupied by Hyder Ali. And he received a huge amount of money as war compensation. He overthrew the Rajput, Jats and Rohils of North India. He helped the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II to regain his throne at Delhi. In this manner, Madhavrao re-established the lost glory of Maratha Empire. After the end of Third Anglo-Maratha War, the Maratha rule almost came to an end.